Hello and welcome to another video. I am going to be repotting my Philodendron Dean Mcdowell today, so I thought I would just bring you along with me. You can see it here in the background. I'm really excited to see what the roots are looking like. It's put on so much growth in terms of foliage since I've got it. And yeah, I think I've repotted it. So it came in a 10cm round pot. I potted it into this trough planter. I'll bring it out in a second so you can have a better look. But I think I probably did that less than 6 months ago, and it's already outgrown it. So I am excited to see how it's doing. When I first got the plant, the growth, this was sort of the biggest size leaf it had, and now it's putting out some really big growth. So I'm hoping that giving it a new pot is going to help it continue to grow. So can you see from there? Yeah, that it's growing off the side of the pot here. But what you can't see from there is that it's actually growing off the other side of the pot as well. This plant has 3 growth points. One goes that way, one goes that way, and one kind of goes that way. It's a bit strange. I'll give you a closer look in a second. So yeah, I've got the bigger trough planter behind it ready to go. I've had leca delivered today, so it can have a bit of a chunkier mix. So yeah, we're all ready to go. I'll bring the plant out and we'll get started. Okay, so I've just pointed the camera down so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So that is really coming off the side there. And then on this side, hopefully you'll be able to see, it's coming off here. And that third growth point I was talking about, I mean, that's not an issue. It's still got lots of room, but it has got a third growth point here. So yeah, in major need of a repot, and you can see these aerials down here, hopefully. So yeah, I want to get it into a bigger pot so it can just continue to grow. So I'm going to grab that big trough planter, and then I've got soil mix here, which I've got leca separately, so I'm going to kind of mix it up as I go. But yes, let's get started. So I've got my normal kind of potting mix here. There's not very much of it, so I'm kind of hoping it's going to be enough. Obviously with the leca, I've got more in the shed if I need to go and grab some more. But I think what I'm going to do first is just mix some of this up with the leca, get some in the bottom of this planter, because I think this one's shallower. Yeah, this one's a little bit shallower, so I'll get a layer in the bottom. Then we'll try and unpot that and pop it in. I'm hoping it's going to be an easy job, but this plant is a little bit wobbly. So yes, we'll see how we go. So I have, by the way, I've already rinsed this leca as well. It's just arrived. I've taken it outside and I've hosed it all down. And the way I did that, I got a plant pot because obviously it has holes in the bottom, and I literally just used the hose and did it till it ran clear. I'm really lucky we've got a soak away in the front garden. So I just, oh, hello. I don't know if you saw that, it's just drip water everywhere. So I just did it straight into that and it wasn't an issue. But I'm just going to use a cover pot just as like a mixing bowl at the moment. So this might be a bit noisy, I'll probably fast forward. But yeah, I'm basically just going to be mixing until I've got a nice chunky mix. Okay, so I've got a good layer in the bottom there. So now for the, I think, difficult bit is getting Dino, as we call him, out of his pot. I don't know if any roots are coming through. No. Really unsure as to how to do this. I think if I lay... Right, let's move the potting mix out of the way. I think I'm gonna like have it like this and then lay it down. Am I going to do that? I don't know. I've never had to repot something in a trough planter before. So those area roots aren't actually in there. So it's really just this main stem. I haven't watered it as well because I thought that would make it easier. Okay, let's try that. So just slowly lean it over and try not to... No, it's going to squash that growth point. Oh God, what am I going to do? If I just start... I don't know if this is sensible. I'm going to just start trying to scoop some of the substrate out. See how much I can get out of here. So there's a lot less soil in there now, so I think I could probably get underneath this, dig a bit this side, break this up a tiny bit, and get... There we go, that's what I wanted. Right, let's just put this straight in here. Straight in there. Hopefully... Oh no, I've got a mound of soil in here. Gosh, it really wants to lay down. I don't know why I didn't think that would be the case. Let's move this so you can see. So, it's in. I think I've got too much soil underneath it from where I just shook it all out of the pot. So I'm going to just scooch the plant up that way. Get some soil out from the middle. And then come back to the centre. Whoa. So top heavy. I've got to get some soil underneath it to actually support that so it will stop falling. So I think that's about the level I want it. So I'm going to have to hold this. Oh no, I should have definitely mixed up some more soil before I started. Okay, how am I going to do that then? Right. I'm going to have to, if I slide it back, I can actually lean it, potentially lean it against the bedside table. That's not a bedside table, chest of drawers. Is that going to work? No, it's going to go that way. Okay, stay there for a minute. Right, I've got a load of soil in here. In fact, I'm just going to mix it up in here because it's easier, because it's much longer, bigger container. So let's just get some potting mix in here. I didn't say actually, this is a mix of, it's normal like outside garden compost, and then I've got perlite, sand and grit in here, and also I've got what's it called, charcoal and worm castings and that kind of thing. So it's going to get noisy now with the lecker. Okay, so I'm going to turn it round and try and fill the other side. Okay, so that is kind of like supported now. Obviously, the trough planter is not filled up as much as it needs to be, but it's enough to just be supporting the plant. This one, I don't know if you can see behind here, very much wants to fall over, so I'm gonna have to try and. Oh, you know why? Oh my goodness. Disaster. Oh, I so did not want this to happen. Oh no. I'm trying to just turn it around so you can see. Oh, I'm really upset about that. This whole growth point has snapped. So that is why it's being so wobbly. Oh god, and because I filled it all in. This is so wobbly. Right, I'm gonna have to try and pull this out. So I really didn't want to cut this plant. I wanted it to just get really long. Do I actually need to take it out or should I just leave it in here? I don't know. I think I'm going to take it out because if I was going to plant it in here, I wouldn't have put it there. So I now need to untangle the roots that I've just buried. Oh, how did I not notice this before? Oh, this is a nightmare. This is exactly what because obviously before I decided I was going to replant this into a bigger planter, I could have cut it. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to cut it. I wanted a really lovely long plant. It had so many growth points. That is so frustrating. I think when I said this is a two-man job, maybe it really was, and I should have waited for some extra pairs of hands to help me. But anyway, now I have two plants. I think I am going to pot it up in here though. I still want it to be in here with the mother plant. So upset. I mean, hopefully it will activate some more growth points on the main stem, because there are quite a few on here actually. So I mean, that would be my hope as this has happened. You can't see, I'm literally just untangling, trying to do it really carefully without having to take all the soil out that I've just put in and then untangle that way. Seems to be coming. Oh, there we go, that's it. Oh. That's so irritating. So that is what's happened. I'm gonna just leave that there for a moment and deal with this side. So obviously I need to get these roots covered up. I think the reason it's still really unsteady is because I haven't pushed the soil down at all. I've literally just, oh, it's so hard to show you, the foliage is just everywhere. There. So I'm going to just push, try and get a sort of solid base for it. And then, so crawlers don't like this this stem to be actually under the soil. it's just supposed to be on top of it, crawling along the top. So I'm not going to be burying this top stem here. It's literally supposed to lie on the surface. So that is what I am attempting to do. Okay, so we still have this other growth point. So it still has 2 growth points on it, and I know I should just be grateful for that, because I think some people only have, well, you know, any plant can have any number, but I think to have 3 on one plant that I've never cut before is quite lucky. So let's focus on that rather than the snappage. Yeah, and I think I'm going to have to support this with something just for now until it puts some roots down and can hold itself up. I've got a stake here actually. I haven't got any string on me right now. I wonder if I can just kind of wedge this in such a way that it will hold this stem up. Just go like that. Yeah, perfect. Okay. That would actually work quite well. I don't know if you can see that. I'll stop falling all over the place now, because that whole time I was holding the big petals, keeping the plant from falling. Right, so carefully move it so I don't disrupt the big leaves. Okay, so this is basically, that is so frustrating because now it will literally fit in this plant that I had it in. But I do want it planted back. So this is what we lost. It's got a decent root system on it. I'm not mad about that, but just frustrating that it happened. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, so it literally came off of here. So I think I'm pretty much just going to plant it back where it was, but maybe just slightly overlapping. So if it comes sort of like that in the planter. I just got to figure out how I can just dig a bit of a hole there to get it in. God, I'm so irritated about that. Specifically, what I didn't want to do with the plant was cut it. Anyway. So I think if I just literally poke it in there, and then I can get some of these roots buried in here. And I have no idea how well this is going to stand up. So yeah, I don't know when that snapped. Like, was that when I was taking it out of the pot? I don't know. But yeah, that was much more drama than I was anticipating, to be honest. I mean, I know it wasn't going to be the easiest repot. I kind of thought it would be easier than that. So that is situated. It's a little bit leany, but I think it's okay. So I'm literally just going to fill the rest of this trough planter up because there are still some roots exposed. I'm just going to do that. Okay, so we are done. That was a journey. I wasn't quite prepared for the plant just clean, like snapping in half. I think it's going to be fine. I've got, how well can you see? It's really difficult to move now because 1, it's massive, and 2, it's wobbly. So The main part of the plant is coming this way. I think you can see this. This is the top of the growth point. So that is coming towards, let me point you down a little bit. There. So this one is coming out this way, which actually it really does not have, I definitely should have planted it further up that way. But obviously I situated it before the other side broke. So do I want to move it now? I mean, I really, really don't want to do that. Is that sensible? Oh god, that means, okay, so let me show you the other side. So that's this side. Other side, there's not a lot because this was attached here and was coming to about here. So they were kind of like had equal amounts either side. But because this snapped this part here, see. So this part here snapped off from here. So I just pushed it back slightly because I thought it would just give the plant more room. It made sense to just push it slightly back so it's overlapping. There's only these tiny leaves on this base, the base of this one anyway. So I thought it would fill in the middle of this plant, and then obviously, whoops, I should not have done that. And then we'll obviously give it more room, but now I have got like a very big gap here and a very small gap up there. So I don't know what to do. I really do not feel like moving the entire thing again. But also I know that is probably the most sensible option. I think what I'm going to do is like leave it for right now. And I might come back to it tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. I've had some food and I'm feeling like making the right decision and actually just getting on with this now. I've made a huge mess. So I might as well just do it. I didn't realise it was 2:45 and I hadn't had any lunch, so no wonder I didn't really fancy literally redoing this entire repot. But anyway, I've had some lunch. I have finished the bit of work I needed to get done, so I just think it's the right decision. Let's just take this all out of here and get this plant situated in the middle of the pot. It's going to save me so much legwork in the long run. So yeah, let's start again and hopefully get this plant in the place it needs to be. Okay, so I have a container here, which I think I'm literally just going to dump the soil into, because what I need to do is literally move everything this way by, I don't know, 5 inches or so. It's going to give the plant a lot more room to keep growing that in that direction. See there? Can you see there? Kind of. Which one's an eye? No idea. But yeah, the this growth point is so close to that end of the trough. It's almost like pointless having done this whole repot if I just leave it in the position it's in now. So let's just get it done. It's very annoying, but I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to just gently, because there were some roots right here, so I'm going to be as gentle as I can. I've already had enough damages today. So there's roots right there. Okay. In fact, this might be easier than I think. I'm hoping. If I can dig like a good chunk of soil out this end, I wonder if I can literally just shunt the whole lot back and then I can just refill. Let's try and do that. That might be a bit ambitious, but I'm really hoping that's going to work, because that would be so much easier than literally taking everything out. We can try that. Okay, So I've dug to kind of like there, so I've got a pretty decent gap here. So I'm gonna try and literally just push. I don't honestly think this is gonna work, but if it does, it's gonna save me a heck of a lot of time. So, oh gosh, it's so heavy. I don't know why I didn't think that would be heavy. Okay, let's take a bit. What do I just? Oh, come on. No, it's just going to lift. Oh, that's so irritating. So get underneath it. Okay, it's falling, but it's kind of working. Okay, okay. Probably gone too far. Crap. Right, okay, that's going to be it. I don't know if that was a good idea or not, really, given the situation I'm now in. Is it too far this way? Or is it too far this way? I don't know. It's probably better to be further this way, honestly, than further the other way like it was. So now I've got a kind of build up of soil, and it was quite low in the trough, which is what I wanted. And now it's not. I don't know, let's just take this. Yeah, let's just take this out, because it's. Oh, God. It's only just in there anyway. Okay, let's take that out. Put that to one side. I'm going to try and get some of this soil out because I want it much, much lower. I don't know how, if you can see, it's really at the top of this trough, and I was quite liking the fact that it was a lot lower down. So okay, I might just leave it like that because it was kind of laying down quite nicely, and then I can use two hands. Try and get some of this out. There we go. So that's sat down a lot lower in the planter, so that's more what I wanted. And while we're here, I might just shimmy it over that way a little bit, because can you see this other growth point is coming this way? So if I kind of shove it more towards that side, then that will give this little growth point a bit longer in this pot as well, a bit more room to grow. So now do I fill this in right now, or do I put this? See, now I'm wondering, do I put this back in here at all? Because it is crammed, or do I just like start another plant? I mean, I do love this plant. I'm more than happy to have two. Should I do that? But then it's in much easier care. Or actually, it would be better if I just put them both. Would it be better if I put them both going in the same direction? Oh God, I don't know. If I planted it here, then it's going to have all of the entire trough to travel that way. I might do that. Kind of seems like the best option, I think. Lie the roots down over there. I think that would work. And then the leaves will kind of all be facing. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. See how that goes. Okay, so I will get a stake, I think, and kind of stake it more like that, but for now that's fine. It can lean in slightly. There's a bit of broken root in there. Not really surprised the way that I had to just dig it back out. Okay, so again, I'm not burying the stems, I'm just trying to sort of tuck the soil underneath them and around them to support them as best I can, but leaving them very much on top of the soil and not underneath. Okay, so I have finished repotting this for the second time today. I'm so glad that I came back to this though. I'm much happier with how this has turned out. So as I said while I was doing it, I've now got both of those grow point, well, the biggest growth point is going that way, and then the bit that snapped off, which was going in the opposite direction, I've taken off and I've planted it basically alongside the bigger plant, which I think is going to work really well. So the only trouble I've literally just realised, I don't know why I'm having all of these thoughts like after I've done it, is that these two growth points are kind of running into each other. But I think, honestly, if I'm going to cut it, I would probably cut this one off anyway. Let me bring you in and show you what I mean. Okay, so excuse the mess. It's a bit ridiculous. But what I meant was, so this is kind of what it looks like from that angle, and you can see that the main growth point is there. And then this, let me turn this. Oh, that's a loud noise. Okay, there we go, that's better. So that's the main growth point. Then you've got this secondary point that's coming off this way and going that way, and this is the one that snapped off from here, which was heading this way. So I've taken it all completely off and then planted it alongside this one. But as I was saying, these two are now kind of running into each other, running in the same direction. But I think what I would do is leave this one to grow up alongside the main stem, and if it becomes a problem I will cut this one here, and then I'll take this one which has this leaf and actually just that leaf, just that one leaf, so that would be quite a nice little cutting. So I'm hoping that all these three new leaves that are on their way out, that one is quite big. Wondering if I should move that stake. Actually, I'll do that in a second. But yeah, we've now got all of this space for it to continue growing, and obviously this one has got the entire length of the trough to keep growing. So yeah, hopefully it's going to be happy there. Really is a beautiful plant. So I'm hoping it's going to be happy in this mix. As you can see, oh, there's a bit of plant stuff in there. It's fairly chunky. It's not too chunky. I did want to get some bark, but I just ended up with the leca, and I think that's going to be fine. So yeah, I'm going to give it a really good water through now, because I know that the soil it was in that I've taken it out of was really dry, so I kind of planned it like that. I wanted it to be dry so it's easier to repot, and then once I've got it situated in here I can give it a really good rinse through. So that is what I'm going to do now. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. There was slightly more drama than I was anticipating, with the growth point completely coming apart from the main plant. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did enjoy, then please, if you could like this video, that would be amazing. And if you enjoy my content, subscribing to my channel would be much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to chat. Thanks. Bye.